Not a lot of people might offer that help, but you gotta help your family on that one. It's not a good situation to be in, and many people face it every day. If you're living up north, you know that feeling of bad storms. If you're living recently in New Jersey or even Boston or wherever, you know the feeling of the storms. It's Mother Nature. And when Mother Nature hits and attacks, you feel it. Fortunately, Mother Nature knows when we went through the amount of pain that we went through, and will heal through better weather. This doesn't happen all the time, but it happens some of the time, because Mother Nature knows that people can't go through as much punishment as they can. But when the earth talks, we better listen. Maybe this blizzard is telling us something. I'm not reading into it, but in a way I am. And this blizzard was felt and experienced. And now it has passed. And now we recover and get our lives back on track. More after the break.
In the first book, I discussed about the facts of growing broke. The second book, I discussed about the importance of saving money. This is the third book in a series of books. In this book, I will discuss about the importance of budgeting. Budgeting is debated by people. Some may think it is the next best thing since sliced bread, and others may just hate it. Either way, budgeting can be an asset if it is used right, even if you don't like it. Like saving money, it is a disciplinary tactic that can be used. What is budgeting? Budgeting is where you limit yourself a certain amount a week and stick to the budget. There are benefits to this if you do it. However, there also is a downside to it. Sometimes you might feel limited. All of these points will be discussed in this book. The first chapter of the book, I will discuss about dividing your check when you are on a budget. The second chapter, I will discuss about the importance of living on a budget and sticking to it. The third chapter, I will discuss about resisting the urge of spending your money and rewarding yourself for sticking to the budget. The fourth chapter, I will discuss about the techniques you can use for setting a budget, whether it's handwritten or on Excel. In the fifth chapter, I discuss about automating your budget, so that way you could spend and not worry about it. Then I discuss about how you know your budget is working, and finally wrapping up about the topic on budgeting. This book on budgeting is to give you pointers of what I learned about budgeting. I will tell you what has worked for me and what hasn't. I will also tell you, like I told you in the last book, that this book is to reinforce these ideas on budgeting into me. If you follow these steps or are already using them, great. If you're just picking up tips on this book, then this book is for you. However, if you don't like this book and you don't want to budget, then that is your decision to make. I'm not going to change your decision one way or the other. I just want to add an alternative view. I hope you enjoy and learn all you can read. Enjoy this book. Good budgeting is allocation of your funds, and there are different ways you can budget. Whether you are limiting yourself a certain amount a week or you are automating your funds, either way, the choice is up to you. Only you know your fixed expenses and your other expenses, And as I learned from reading Tony Robbins' new book, Money, Master the Game, 7 Simple Steps to Financial Freedom, it might be beneficial financially to move to a different environment. Maybe you need a change in life, and this could help you with your living expenses. Budgeting is what you make of it. Make the best of it.
That was Budgeting, How to Budget Your Money. Written by Joseph Evaldi, narrated by Ken Aiken. And that is now available on Audible, ACX, or Amazon and iTunes. It is also available in paperback and on the Amazon Kindle. Back to the podcast. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this podcast talking about the 2 days. 1, cleaning up the home. 2, cleaning up the outside. And basically, there's a lot of cleaning up to do. We gotta clean up after Mother Nature. And we gotta clean up with human nature. And it's a task we all face. Cleaning up. That perhaps may be the theme for this year. And it may be the theme. It may be the theme of a lot of things. Because when we clean up after human nature, human nature, or Earth, when we, when we clean up after Mother Nature, we got to respect nature and listen to it just so we can clean up from it. And that also reminds us to pay attention to human nature too, because we have to clean up after our messes as well too. And when there's a lot of messes that are made, sometimes something old needs to look new again. And eventually, that snow will disappear, because human nature cleans up after itself, or Mother Nature cleans up after itself, and eventually humans got to do the same thing. This has been the Joseph Evaldi Podcast. And next week, I'll be back again.